Hey everyone, welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Okay, in this video, I'm going to discuss the possibility of the Scream television show making a comeback, but it may not be exactly what you're expecting. Let's go. So there has been a buzz going around social media that the Scream television series will be making a return on the heels of Scream 5 doing so well at the box office. And now that we have a Scream 6 confirmed, it only adds more fuel to the rumors that this may indeed be happening. In fact, if you look back to even early and middle parts of like 2021, the rumors began coming out then that the show would be returning to MTV and it would be a true season 3 of the show. And what I mean by that is the season 3 that came out had nothing to do with the first 2 seasons. It was completely new cast, new story. Everything was different. But this would be a new season that would, in essence, follow exactly after season 2. It would return to Lakewood and continue the Brandon James storyline, which focused on the character of Emma and her friends Noah, Audrey, and Brooke, essentially. And the rumor was that this new season 3 would tie up all the loose ends from the first 2 seasons and give us basically a completed ending to the Brandon James story. That was the rumors that were going around last year. Well, it's 2022 and it's a new year. And as with anything else, things have changed. Now the rumors are circulating that yes, the Scream television show will still continue to be made and come back, but with significant changes. The Des Moines Instagram account, which regularly publishes entertainment industry rumors, has posted this newest Scream TV series speculation. Now, their post reads, "Get ready to scream. A new Scream TV series is in the works, incredibly early in development. The cast and crew of Scream 2022 is not involved, but the show is set to connect to the new saga of movies. It's meant to air as a Paramount Plus original and has no connections to the previous MTV and VH1/Netflix shows, so this is not a season 3 or season 4. So there is a lot of smoke building around the return of the Scream TV show. And when there is this much smoke brewing over the last few months, there is likely a fire. So the question is, what is more likely to happen? A return to Lakewood to conclude the Brandon James story, or as the new rumor is saying, starting a brand new Scream TV show with all new characters, which also connects to Scream 5 and Scream 6 in some way. They're at least a part of the Scream movie universe. So this message confirmed that the cast of Scream 5 is not involved and will not be in the TV series. So it will be all new people and an all new storyline. However, since it is connected to the new Scream films, they could have some crossed themes together, especially if the TV show takes place in Woodsboro. So I could see a scenario where they are talking about the attacks in the TV show and they say something like, "Oh, this is just like what happened to Sheriff Hicks last year when she was killed in her front yard." Or maybe there's a scene in the hospital and one of the characters makes some kind of a comment like, "Hey, this is the first time I've been inside this hospital since Dewey Riley was killed there by Ghostface last year," or a couple years ago or something like that. Something along those lines. That's a way that the new TV show could connect to the current movies and show that they're in the same universe, but not crossing too far over in a way that would impact the storyline of either the show or the movies. They're separate, but they're still together. They're aware of each other. Like the show is aware of the movie. or the movies. So, that's a way it can be done. So that makes sense. Now, before we get too comfortable, though, with scrapping the Brandon James storyline, let's not forget about the post that came out last year, which stated that 3 of the main cast members were seen together in Los Angeles. The 3 actors spotted together were Carlson Young, who played Brooke, John Carna, who played Noah, and Willa Fitzgerald, who played Emma. There was even a picture of them together that was posted on social media and then quickly deleted. Now, thankfully, there are a lot of quick-triggered people on social media who grab images when they come out, and someone was able to snag it before it was pulled down. And I want to give a shout out to Bobby, who is one of my subscribers. You know who you are, Bobby. He was able to provide me with this picture because it is extremely difficult and to nearly impossible to find out there in social media right now. So thankfully, I have the picture here that I was able to share with you guys here on the video. And I have to say that I personally really enjoyed the Scream TV series, and I was so disappointed when they did not conclude the Brandon James storyline, and instead they left it on a cliffhanger only to have season 3 be a completely different story and all new characters. So I have always wished they would return to complete the story and wrap it up in a proper way. And I'm hoping that this picture and their meeting last year in LA to allegedly negotiate and work out contracts with the studio, I hope that actually did happen and that it resulted in them coming back for a final season to end the storyline. And we're just waiting for that announcement to officially be made. And so hopefully that will be the case. Now, I know that some have asked, I've heard, how do we know this picture is really from last year? Of course, it's not date and, time stamped or anything, but I want to note one thing. Notice the masks they all 3 have, which would indicate that this was, this is indicating this was in a era that we're in now of this thing that's going around, as we all know, for a couple of years, that's making us wear things on our faces. So that right there, adds more credibility even that this was in fact recent, that they were together with the mask on. So anyway, it looks to me like the new Paramount Plus rumor, does actually seem likely to be true. I mean, and if so, we may never know the ending of the Brandon James story if this latest rumor is correct. And it almost feels like that Brandon James story is tied to MTV, for some reason. And the likelihood of that series returning at this point, it seems less likely to happen, especially with the new films that are out. And personally, I don't think the MTV is the network anyway that you would want to do a show like Scream to really prosper. I was shocked when they went to MTV personally to begin with anyway. But having said all that, overall, it really does make a lot of sense for this to be made and released on Paramount Plus. They own the rights to the Scream franchise and the TV show, and they literally have their own streaming platform, which is Paramount Plus. So it really does not make any sense for the series to return to MTV or any other network at this point. And think about it, Paramount would not need to spend a ton of money to make this TV series. They could make it reasonably inexpensively, and they could even just keep it right in-house on their own streaming service, so we don't have to negotiate deals there. So when you stop and think about it, it does really make perfect sense. All right, everyone, I want to know what you think about the possibility of the Scream TV series returning and the possibility of it now being all new actors, all new storyline, and connected to the movies. I want to hear your opinions on that. What do you think about that? What are some ideas and theories you have about the Scream TV series and how it could work if we're not going to get Brandon James' story back? If they're going to go new, how will it work with the movies in this connective, the way they're going to connect it together? That's what I'd like to hear your thoughts on. So start leaving your comments below right now so we can discuss it together and begin to give it some more thought. Well, that's it for this update, but I'll be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, this is Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thank you for watching.